Okay, I've got Mama's iPod repair part 2. So far I've got the home button and I've got it opened up, laying flat, and the one cable here is connected upside down behind this board, so this metal shield has to come out, and it's got a bunch of screws. So I'm going to take those out. I'm going to lay them down on this magnet board because I don't really know what order they go in, which ones are long and which ones are short. So I'm going to arrange them in the order they come out. Looks like it might be a tweezer job. This is a little magnetic board, so I should be able to keep track of these pretty easily. Leave those in for now. I'm not sure those have to come out. So these screws are, each one does appear to be slightly different, or at least sets of them seem to be different. So if I get in trouble, I guess I can always watch this video back. Okay, it looks like this panel should be free now. So let's get these screws into a safe place. Let's turn on the heat. See what a little leverage can do. So this looks like more adhesive. Okay, I'm at 200 degrees C on the heat gun. You can see the little membrane home switch here. That's what you feel. It's got the tactile feel that you feel when you press the home button. Okay, that loosens it up. So the heat gun on this metallic shield heats up much faster than it did applied against the glass. And I guess that makes sense. Glass is a better insulator. I see a screw I missed. See one right there. It's holding it. Looks like I got it. I just forgot to take it out with the tweezers. It's a very short, stubby one. Okay, looks like some pieces came off right there. And looks like there's a microphone underneath here. Again, held on with glue. Okay, so this looks like it's probably an antenna. Appears to be attached to the radio with glue. So that's interesting. Hopefully it can go back. Okay, this looks like it's the back of the rear camera. Okay, so now I need to figure out how to get this battery out of here. Let's have a look at the replacement for reference. So, okay, there's our solder terminals for the new battery right there. And sadly, it looks like that cable wraps around this circuit board, meaning that we have to go to the next level in, which is going to mean taking these other screws out as well. That might be it. take that little camera piece and save it. Looks like that camera is going to have to come out. Appears to be taped onto that board. It's a little tiny spring right there. I'm going to take that out so I don't lose it. Maybe. Okay. There's a microphone. Looks like it's held in with 2 wires. This is the 37 pin docking connector, which is hooked onto the board. So somehow that's going to have to come out. Maybe this battery can be snuck out of there. I'm going to shut off my hot air and see if I can remove those solder joints right there. Put a little bit of flux on there. Crank the soldering iron up to about 375 C, about 750 degrees. See if I can get this solder to come off. Maybe I can just lift it with the tweezers. I think I'm going to help this out. Put a little leaded solder on there should lower the melting point a little bit. Okay, so that's the battery. So we can push this stuff back in. So the next job is to try to pry this battery out of here. Looks like this side looks like might be a little easier to start with. Looks like they put a lot of glue in this thing, so lots of things are connected to other things. Okay, I can see a copper shield behind the battery. Maybe that will separate. See if I can cut that shield. Maybe we can get away without it. Okay, there's our battery. Separate it from the shield. Okay, so this wrinkling here is just created just now by ripping off that piece of copper shielding. And let's compare these two. So this is the new one is a APN 616-0553 and the old one is APN 616-0552. The new one's 1200 milliamp hours, the old one is 930, so the new one has a higher capacity rating, and other than that they appear to be identical in size. So there we go. All right, getting the battery back in. Actually, while I got that out, let's push this shield back down. See if I can get it nice and flat, because there is not any room to spare in this thing. See, they've got a strip of adhesive on each side to hold the battery in. That looks pretty good. Okay, so the next thing is to try to get this connector here out. If we get the new one for reference, we can see what we're dealing with. So this is a connector that is upside down, facing up. So and just as a reference, this might not be visible. If you check this out right here, let me mess with the focus. This is worth looking at. Let's see here. See if I can get really close. Here we go. Okay. So this is just to be impressive. If you see these little things that just look like rough spots right here, these are actual electronic components that have been soldered onto this board. These are the smallest surface mount components that I've ever seen. They are, I don't know what kind of food that is. It's smaller than the smallest food, smaller than rice. I would say a couple of thousandths across. Let me get my caliper out and we'll measure those babies. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to go for getting a width on one of those, which you will not be able to see. Okay, by eye, that looks like the width. It's, I'd say that was a 10,000th. And it looks like it's twice as wide. 20 thousandths, yep, those are 10 thousandths by 20 thousandths components. And there's a lot of them, so no humans were involved. Our robot overlords put those things on there, I'm sure. All right. I'm going to take this camera out. This is the front-facing camera. It appears to be in the way. There's a little bracket. I need a bigger hammer. Hopefully this will still work when I'm done. Must be a cable back there that I can't see. Okay. Looks like it stays there. Okay, now I can see the other cable, and it's wrapped in copper foil. You can see here. So gotta cut this other copper foil off apparently. Okay. Okay, there it is. Some more glue hanging on there. Okay, there's the old cracked screen with the digitizer on the back. So far so good. The new battery, we'll slide it in like that. And this is a good time to take a break. Let's call this the end of part 2.